Hello, online crew. Are you somebody who is addicted to being busy, or you just always seem to be super, super, super busy? If that's you, then I would highly recommend you listen to this live because there's some things that you might want to take into consideration if you're that super flat out busy person all the time, and what that kind of essentially means, or some of the things that you might want to sort of understand about being really busy. So this live, the live that I do at the beginning of every week is something to do with personal development, personal growth. I do this every week. So predominantly I'm here to share with you social media trainings and systems and, duplication within your team and things to really help you grow your business online. But my first live video of the week, I always talk about something to help you be like a better version of yourself, because all the social media stuff is really cool. Given we need it, yes, we want to learn it, of course, but it's actually you that's going to make you be more successful. Like, it's the way that you are, the way that you tick, the belief that you have in yourself, the way that you show up online, your self-worth, your self-esteem, all those kind of things. So that's what's going to actually make you be successful in this industry. So that's why I talk about these things just on this video at this time of week. So if you are joining me live, say hello, let me know that you're here. Hello, Christina, great to see you watching. What can I say about this? If you're watching live or, on the replay, if you consider yourself to be a super, super busy person, just put busy in the comments. Like, I'd love to know. I'm a super busy person. I have multiple streams of income. I have 14 streams of income. So there's always something going on and I'm super busy. But it's not always the best thing to be super busy. And there's some things that you really need to think about when you're super busy. So let's have a look at this from a psychological point of view, because this is important, to dissect and consider and see if you can relate it to your life and what's going on for you, and just it might make you feel or think a little bit differently about being busy. But psychologists often say that some people are addicted to being busy. There are some people that, unless they're busy, they actually don't feel like they feel really uncomfortable if they're not busy. Some people find it really, really hard to relax. I can relate to that. Like, I've been a busy person all my life, and that's not necessarily healthy. The other thing with busy, especially in this industry of building online with social selling and network marketing, etc., you can be really, really busy doing a lot of things, but you can be really, really unproductive with that. Like, you're probably being busy in learning and you're not actually doing the income producing activities. Like, you're shying away from the things that you should be doing and getting busy on, and spending a lot of time being busy on the things that are wasting your time. So to you, you're flat out, you're busy, you're doing all the things, but you're not actually getting any results in your business, because what you're busy being flat out doing is actually not really the income producing activities. Does that make sense? When you're sort of listening to that, busy, but not 14 streams of income busy. You don't have to have 14 income streams to be busy. That's for sure. You can just have one to be busy. But here's the psychology behind it. When you're busy, the reason why people get busy or strive to be busy or just do that subconsciously is we're kind of wired to think that when you're busy and being productive, it actually triggers your kind of happy hormones, your dopamine in your brain. So we're wired to do things that make us happy, and being productive, we're kind of wired in society to think, well, if I'm doing things and I'm showing up and I'm getting that done and I'm getting this done, it triggers your dopamine, your happy hormone. So you keep doing a lot of the things that keep you busy in that way, because it's it physically manifests in your brain as dopamine. When you accomplish something, you feel good. So the more that you can accomplish, the more that you're going to feel good, right? So that's why people get addicted to being busy, because the more that you can accomplish, the more that you'll actually feel good. That sets off dopamine in your brain. And whenever you feel good, you're going to do more of what you feel good. So some people are always, always, always busy because they like to feel accomplished. We're led to believe that you have to be busy to achieve things and be successful. So it's triggering that dopamine all the time. The problem with it is psychologically, there's two real issues with being super, super busy all the time. One is you could be tricking yourself into thinking that you're working on your business all the time. You're busy all the time, but you're busy with the wrong things. So there's a lot of people out there that are super, super busy, but they're not actually getting any results in their business or getting any results anywhere, but they're super, super busy and flat out. So we do have this addiction of dopamine, of when we feel accomplished to do things, it sets off those happy hormones, yes, but you'll be more drawn to the things that you can accomplish. And this might sound weird, but like if you, and there's things that you have to do every day, but just even little things like, doing the dishes and cleaning the kitchen, you feel accomplished, you want to do it, you do it every day. You don't want to live in mess every day. So when you clean things up, it feels good and you'll do more of it. So there's things that you will do that you feel accomplished in doing, like watching trainings and, doing things on social media that feel like you're doing the right thing, but they're actually the wrong activities that you need to be doing. Because your brain will always tell you to go and do things that feel more comfortable rather than things that you need to feel uncomfortable about with and build your business. Am I making sense here? So people can be really, really, really busy trying to build their business online, but you could be really, really busy doing all the things that kind of make you feel accomplished, like watching trainings and setting things up and scrolling social media to do research and things like that. Like you feel like you're doing something, you're feeling kind of accomplished, but they're not actually the right activities. So it can actually be a real trap for a lot of people, particularly building on social media, thinking they're really, really busy with building their business, but you're not actually concentrating on the right activities, because you go and concentrate on the activities that you can actually achieve and feel good. So they'll be the easier things than the things that are actually really hard and income producing. So I hope I'm making sense there. It's also well known that staying super, super, super busy helps you avoid certain things. And it actually will definitely, probably for those of you that are super, super busy, this, you're actually avoiding dealing with other things in your life. That could even be relationship issues. So you're super busy all the time to actually avoid emotions, avoid people, avoid conflict, avoid the things that are hard. So that's the other thing to realize about being super, super, super busy all the time is, are you avoiding certain things that you should be taking care of and paying attention to by being super, super, super busy, because you're deliberately distracting yourself from what you should actually go and concentrate on. And that can definitely be, relationship issues and things like that. So it's something to take quite seriously. If you think you're super, super busy all the time and you just don't have time to do the things that you want to do, check in with those two things. What are you super, super busy on? Is it the small things that make you feel accomplished, but they're not actually the ones that are going to help you build your business? There's something to assess and evaluate. And the other thing is, if you are that busy with doing all the things, what are you actually avoiding as far as kind of like relationships goes, or issues, or things that you actually need to attend to and pay attention to resolve, rather than burying yourself and being busy to avoid them. I hope those two things make sense, because it's quite serious stuff. Trust me, I know. Being super, super busy isn't necessarily something to be proud of. I've had to realize that over the time, and I have to be very careful with what I spend my time on and trying to keep up with it all, and what am I foregoing, being busy doing all the things that I'm doing. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? So when you're super, super busy, what I would really encourage you to evaluate is, what are you being super, super busy on? And if you're building on social media, you want to be really effective with your time. So when you're on social media, you want to be on social media doing the activities that maybe don't make you feel that comfortable, but you know you need to do them, rather than doing all the things or wasting time. Like, you can waste a lot of time on social media. Can you relate to that? You can waste a lot of time doing research, scrolling, always being on your phone, always looking at things, comparing yourself to other people, looking at what people are doing. And to you, you're spending a lot of time on social media being really busy looking at all the things. But you've essentially just wasted a lot of time not doing things that you know you need to do. Like, you should stop comparing yourself to other people and stop scrolling social media aimlessly, and go to social media with what I call ICQ, which is, intention, complement, question, like being really intentional when you go to social media, being really intentional with the content that you need to create, where you need to create it, how you need to create it, how often you need to create it, like being super intentional. So when you're on social media, you're really strategic and you're really intentional, and then you can let it go. And then go and attend to the things that you need to attend to. So if you're not exercising like you would want to, if you're not eating like you would want to, if you're not, giving the right time to your partner and, relationships and stuff like that, and you always feel like you're buried in your social media, then, you need to look at this busyness and weigh up the balance there, because it can be, destroying in many ways. So really, really important to check in with those two things. One, if you are a super, super busy person, what are you being super, super busy doing? Like, really evaluate that in your time, like evaluate your day. When people start working with me in my VIP program, the very first thing I get them to do is track their time. They hate it, but it's, understandably, when you're tracking your time, but it's a really good thing to do, to work out, where are you spending your time? Where are you wasting time? And maybe you're wasting a lot of time scrolling instead of, just going to social media and creating a post. You've wasted sort of half an hour, looking at what other people are doing and evaluating and all that kind of stuff. And half an hour's gone by, and then an hour's gone by. And so to you, you're busy, but have you actually been effective? So this whole big wide world of social media and managing social media is very much about being intentional on your time, and not being busy just for the sake of being busy, but, doing the things that actually are going to get you the results. And again, just evaluating, if you're that person that feels really uncomfortable relaxing, like it actually physically makes you feel uncomfortable to go and sit on the couch and relax and, watch TV, like you just, that gives you anxiety to go and do that, then I guarantee you there's certain things you're not dealing with your personality and your life. There are things that, you're probably, avoiding dealing with. And busyness is one of those things that keeps you with avoiding what it is that you need to sort of go and deal with. Okay. Those of you that are going through this will know exactly what I mean. That there are big consequences for being, over busy, and not being super planned busy. So you can be busy, you can be productive busy, you can get results busy. Like, you can actually be busy and be really productive and really happy and really balanced. Like, that's where everyone kind of wants to be. But you can actually be really busy and actually really unproductive, and you're distracting yourself, and it just causes you more anxiety and stress, and you end up with relationship problems at the same time as well. So there's a whole lot of, mental wellness issues that come from being super, super busy, stress in your body, like it manifests physically in ways as well as mentally when you are just super, super, super busy on the wrong things. Okay. So some things to help with this, if that's you can resonate with this message about being super, super, super busy, is obviously bring down the stress levels and kind of relax. So any kind of breathing techniques, those of you that know what I mean by EFT tapping, the tapping spots, I do that. That's really good for bringing down stress levels and just, reevaluating, where you should be spending your time. Definitely unplugging, detoxing, having fun, socializing with people as human beings, not just on a screen. Like if you're home on the screen a lot, building a business from home, it's really important to get out and mingle with other kind of human beings and get out behind the screen. That can help. And obviously taking good care of yourself and prioritizing yourself. So that's the food and the exercise and whatever makes you happy, out there, from behind a screen. So the ultimate goal with building successfully on social media is what I mentioned before, is being, busy and productive in allocated time blocks, things like that, and, smashing out your work and then letting go and leaving it alone and putting your phone down when you're having dinner with the family and talking with the kids and things like that. So when you're on, you're on, and when you're off, and having that really nice balance, because being really busy building a business on social media and doing all the things and being glued to your phone and glued to the computer all the time, as I said at the beginning of this video, there are reasons for that psychologists recognize why people do that, but it's not really healthy for you. So if you want to stay kind of longer term and balanced with relationships and your business and get results, you really might need to evaluate the busyness. So the quality of the busyness, and also what are you avoiding maybe if you're being that busy. Okay. Does that all make sense? Just checking in. Yes, Christina. So it does make sense. Busy is not always productive. So many people will say, I'm super, super busy, but they're not really getting the results in the business that they want. So that would be the first trigger for me to say to somebody, you should probably evaluate how you're spending your time and where you're spending your time, because it might not be effective for you in how you're spending your time. There's no problems with being busy. If you're happy what you're doing, you're really super productive, it's getting great results, and it's not upsetting anybody around you. So busy is not bad, but it can be very unhealthy and unproductive at times if you don't, if you're not aware of it. Okay. Beth, I sometimes am busy but not productive. I have to really evaluate it all the time. And it's a constant evaluation for any of us online. All of us waste time online, and there's always shiny object syndromes. There's always somebody that you're probably listening to that's coming out with a new training or a new Reels idea or TikTok or stories or this or that. There's always something to chase when it comes on social media. That'll never stop. There's always going to be the latest thing that somebody's doing that they're getting success from that you're going to want to know about. So it's a matter of evaluating, is this a good use of my time where I could learn something that I could implement? Well, maybe yes. If it's just another thing that you're adding to your list and your list is getting that long that you're getting overwhelmed, then no. Okay? So it's just a matter of constantly kind of thinking about this. If this is something that you struggle with, is having that evaluation from, okay, I'm super, super, super busy and overwhelmed at the moment. I've taken too much on. How do I prioritize? And is this a good use of my time? Those kind of things. Beth, always in Canva, but that's your brand. So that's a good use of your time. So need to be intentional in training. So it's just, working what is the healthy balance for you. And starting each morning prioritizing myself has really helped me focus when I do get productive. And, that's really important as well. Like, how do you start your day? I always start with my day as long as it's possible with some exercise. This morning, I actually took a few minutes out to just breathe and kind of do a bit of a meditation and, some things that I'm working on personally. So just kind of sat with that. So it's really important that you set yourself up for what you need and what you want as a person, because when you're good and everyone around you is good, your business will be good. Okay. If you're not good and you're distracting, dealing with things by being super, super, super busy, and in that busyness, you're actually doing all the wrong things in that busy time, then it's not, it's not necessarily that productive or healthy for you. Okay. So for those of you that have struggled along the way with, being super, super busy, or you're struggling with that now and you've got levels of overwhelm and you don't really know how to control it, I really encourage you just to evaluate how you're spending your time, where you're spending your time. Keep in mind what I said before about what psychologists say as to why people, get super, super busy, and you will chase the dopamine hit with the things that make you feel good, which is not necessarily the things that are going to grow your business. So you just kind of sometimes have to understand how our brain works and how the psychology works to, push through that. and make sure you're spending your time wisely. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Now, I don't normally go live tomorrow, but tomorrow I've got a super special training. So it's out of my normal kind of live schedule, but it's a super special training with a special guest. Her name's Beck Sadek. Sadek, I pronounced that correctly. She's got a downline of over 160,000. I work with her in the same company. We are going to share exclusively, which is not generally public information, but we're going to share exclusively our onboarding system and how we get our team productive and giving them the opportunity to earn $500 in their first 10 days by the automated systems that we have. So, there's an opportunity to look at that. There's an opportunity to tap into those systems yourself. So make sure you join that training with me tomorrow. Okay. The link is going up right now on my business page and my free group. We won't be on Instagram. So if anybody's watching this live or replay on Instagram, make sure you hop onto my business page, which is Helen Martin Online, or my free group, which is called Social Media Systems for Serious Social Sellers. Then you'll be able to see the information. Okay, so I hope to see you on live tomorrow with Beck. We've got some great information to share with you, and this could be something that you could implement with your teams, or it could be an opportunity for you to look at what Beck and I are actually doing and working together on. Okay, so I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.